Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone. Welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's another story time. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Vivalayoshii, TikTok, and Twitter at Lifewithsymone. And follow my business page at Brishari, and follow me on Snapchat at @thereal_HM. Your girl's going out of town tonight, so y'all gonna wanna watch because your girl coming to a city near you and we finna be lit. Okay, anyway, let's get straight into this video. Y'all see I got my, since it's Halloween, I got my little schoolgirl outfit on. Happy Halloween, y'all. If you ain't seen my last story time, go check it out. I posted it like 2 days ago. No, a day ago actually. All right, let's get into it. So y'all, this story is an oldie but goodie, but since it's Halloween, I'm gonna tell a Halloween story time. This story took place back when I was in high school. Y'all already know when I was in my junior year, life was lit for me. Like I feel like that was my, I had some lit years, but like lit like outside years in high school. Junior year was that one. So anyway, it was coming up on Halloween. Halloween was like in 2 weeks or whatever, so everybody was happy, like lit, like what we finna do for Halloween, trying to figure out the plans. What we finna be, is we finna all like be the same little thing, or what's finna pop, like what's we finna do. So anyway, my homegirl walked up to me and she just started twerking. She just was twerking, like throwing ass. One thing about her, she could twerk, she could dance so good. And I used to always tell her, girl, when we get up out of here, you need to go and you need to be a dancer, because the way I used to tell her that all the time. I was like, you could dance so good, like you would make so much money. But y'all, she didn't listen to me. Instead, she wanted to sell a cat. But I guess whichever, to each his own. Life still made it happen for her. Anyway, so she came up to me, she was just twerking and stuff like that, and I was just like smiling, and she was like, girl, I know what we doing for Halloween next week. So I'm like, what we finna do? So she was just like, you know, okay, let's give her a name. Let's just name her Tisha. That's not her name or whatever. So anyway, so she was like, you know, it was this boy at school or whatever, he used to throw all the parties. Like he was one of them dudes that just was like cool as fuck. Everybody knew him. He was one of them dudes, like, you know, those black dudes that be like kind of goth but maybe not goth, but then like just real chill. Every time you see him, like just real cool, like everybody know him. I swear, like he was one of them dudes, you say hi to him and he'd be like, I don't know, you know, you'd be like, that nigga is cool as fuck. I swear, he was just so cool. Anyway, so she was like, he having a party. So I'm like, yes, because we was waiting on it. Everybody would ask him like, you having a party? And he'd just be like, and walk away, like, and smile. We'd be like, we know that means something. One thing about him, you had to kind of read him. Like certain stuff he said, I'd be like, when I asked him if he was having a party, he said, what color is that polish on your nails? That meant yes. Like you would just try to figure it out. So everybody was asking him and he like really was pulling at our legs for a long ass time. He knew he was one of the people who could throw a party that same day and it would be lit. So anyway, he told everybody like a week before. So she was like, yep, oh boy having a party. So I'm like, oh, we gotta go, like his parties be lit. So she's like, yeah, we gonna go, like what you gonna be, like we should all try to be the same thing. So afterwards, my other friends end up start walking up or whatever. We used to be like a group of 5, like sometimes it would be more depending, but for the most part we was a big group and majority of the group was related. Okay, so that's just something to think about in future story times. But anyway, they really don't need no names right now. Like maybe they could get a name as we go, but I'm not about to just start naming off hoes. So anyway, they was talking about the party. They like, oh, such and such party, y'all heard about it? So I'm like, yeah, Tisha just told me. So they like, yeah, we finna be lit, like what we finna wear. So everybody was like, we should be cats or whatever like that. But I already was like, I wanted to be a rabbit, even though look, this just me being different, trying to just be an opposite oddball at the group. Because look, I was wearing a leotard. I could have drew a nose and some whiskers and been a damn cat with them too, but I'm like, I want to be a bunny. I really wanted to be a Playboy bunny so bad, and I was gonna go get the tail and all that in the ear. So I'm like, I really want to be a bunny. So I'm like, I don't want to be a cat. I want long ears, not the short ones. So they like, dang girl, we was all gonna be the cat, like cats. We should all be like Josie and the Pussycats, but we wasn't gonna go get the real costumes. We just gonna make some. So I'm like, dang, nah, I'm gonna be the bunny. So they like, okay. So one of the other girls was like, I'm gonna be a bunny too. Like I was telling him like we should do bunnies. So I'm like, okay, we both gonna be bunnies then. He was having a costume prize at his parties. I think it was like $100 or something like that. But look, mind you, I don't know why the fuck we thought we was finna win with these leotard and ears. The fuck? We did not come, like, come on now. So we like, yeah, we gonna all dress alike. So we like a group thing. And why we was really thinking about winning the money and splitting it? To buy what? Taco, vodka, and 4 Locos? I promise you. So one of the homegirls, she always used to drink. We could give her a name. Let's just call her, I'm trying to look around and see what I see. We just gonna name her Alizé because that's an alcohol. Dang, do they still make that? Anyway, so that's some alcohol, and one thing about her, she used to drink all the time. So she had her water bottle in her hand and she was like, shit, we gonna be lit, like we need to get the liquor in place, like let's try to go to the store. They was like saying basically how they wasn't gonna be outside this Friday. They was like, so we could go to the store and like stack up on our alcohol and stuff like that, because you already know they're gonna sell it at the party. But one thing about it, the way them kids used to huff and puff on them balloons and do the most, we was not really taking nothing from anybody at parties for like that unless you knew them. And like I said, he threw big parties, like it be people from other schools, so we most definitely wanted our own stuff or whatever. So he like, so they like, yeah, we need to get some. So she was like, girl, yeah, because I'm about to be done with this. I've been sipping on this like for the past 2 days. But she had in her water bottle, but not the same water bottle. Like she meant the bottle, she just keep refilling it. So she's like, y'all want some? She'll always try to offer everybody liquor at school. And I'm like, girl, no, like, one thing about it, I knew me, like, I had just started drinking in 11th grade, so I knew I couldn't control that shit. And it was just like, no, like I be outside not being able to control it on the weekends. I'm not about to come to school and not be able to control my liquor. I'm already skating on thin ice at this damn school. So, no. But she be over there turning it back. Everybody else would just be like, nah, maybe they'll take a sip, but it really would just be her like, shit, more for me. And she be laughing like somebody drunk auntie, like, Alizé, chill out. We kids. You ain't got to do all this. Who hurt you? Anyway, so we had it all set in stone. We going to the party. We matching our outfits. We about to look cute. We gonna win this $100. Split it 6 ways. Weird, right? Okay, so anyway, now fast forward to that same week, but it's Friday. It's not Halloween yet, it's the week before. So Tisha had hit me up and she was like, girl, I want to go outside today. Like, I want to do something. So I'm like, well, what you trying to do? Everybody said they not coming out today. Like, I think they had something to go do. Like, they wasn't going to be able to be available. So she was like, I don't know, but I don't want to be in the house just because they not about to be outside. So I'm like, okay, that's true. Like, what you want to do? But it really was like, what do you want to do? Because we will go to their house or like go in their apartments. Like, so we can't just go. Well, we could, because it would be this boy house we'll go to, but like, I don't know. I don't know, like, where we finna go? So I was like, where we finna go? So she was like, just meet me at Del Taco. And I'll just, you know, we'll figure it out when we get there. I got somewhere in mind that we could go to. So I'm like, okay, Tisha. I'm not thinking nothing of it. It's my friend. One thing about me, if you my friend, I feel like you must be okay with me to make the plans. I'm gonna just go with it. So anyway, I ended up getting ready. I met her at Del Taco. First, I had my mom drop me off at my auntie house. That was always my first go-to. I get dropped off at my auntie house, and then I'll be chilling for a while, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm finna go. My mom know I'm finna go, so it's cool. Like, and I'll just leave, because my mom's not about to call and check on me. Like, I'm a grown 11th grader. Like, I'm just kidding. But no, she wasn't finna call and check on me because clearly I'm good. So anyway, I'll be like, all right, I'm finna go or whatever. But y'all, remember that's when sidekicks was around. So I'll be on my sidekick on AIM, so I can't call even if it was an emergency. Anyway, I ended up getting there, and when I walked in, she looked annoyed. She was like laying on the table. And I'm like, hey, Tisha, girl. She was like, girl, why'd you take you so long? You don't even live far from here. Like, I live far from here. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know you was gonna get here that fast. Mind you, she lived nowhere near the Del Taco she had me meet her at. So I'm thinking like, oh, I didn't know. I felt so bad because she was just sitting there. She's like, yeah, I had somebody drop me off. But she's like, all right, come on, let's go, because we already wasted a lot of time. So I'm like, where are we going? She was like, we finna go to these apartments. She's like, have you heard of the just some random ass apartments? So I was all like, no, I ain't heard of those. She's like, they right there on such and such, like they over here. So I was like, oh, okay, like, nah, I ain't been there. So she's like, okay, yeah, let's go over there. My homegirl live over there or whatever. So we start walking. We power walking, mopping down the street, trying to hurry up and get to over there or whatever like that. We just talking, laughing, stuff like that about Halloween and how we should probably get us a bottle and all this other stuff. She was saying like her mama was having a party on Saturday. She was going to try to take some bottles and shit. So I'm like, cool. Because if that work out, we don't got to go in because, yeah, even though we going in on 4 Locos, bro, with them like $2. Anyway, so we ended up making it to the apartments, and it was a girl standing outside, like holding the gate open, but smoking, because it was one of them gates you gotta have a key to get in. So she holding on the gate, like leaning on the gate, and she just smoking, and she just staring at us like, well, she's smoking a cigarette. How you hold a cigarette like that? Yeah, so she like, and just staring at us. So I'm looking like, oh, these one of them ghetto apartments. Okay, that mean lots of fun. Because, you know, I used to wish, man, growing up, I used to be so mad. I used to be like, damn, why my auntie got to live on the same street as me? Like, when I was a little kid, I used to be like, why I can't have no auntie that live in the hood? In some hood-ass apartments. Anyway, so we walking, or as we walking up, she not saying nothing. She just looking at the girl. I'm looking at her. I look at Tisha. Tisha just like looking. She not saying nothing. So as we got close and we walked through the gate, And Tisha turned around because we walked through the gate. The girl didn't say nothing to her. She still just holding the gate. And Tisha stopped and she turned around. So when she stopped, I stopped because shit, I don't know where I'm going. She turned around and she was like, bitch, you gonna stand there and hold the gate open forever? So her friend was like, let me finish this. So the girl was like, let me finish this. So I'm just confused because I'm thinking like, I didn't even know y'all knew each other because the way old girl was just standing there staring, y'all didn't speak, you didn't say hi. Why we come to this girl's house? She seemed mad at each other. I don't know what's going on. So finally she finished it and she ended up walking over to us. And she was like, hi, what's your name? And I'm like, I'm Symone. She was like, oh, I'm such a, she don't really need no name. So she was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, this my homegirl. She live in these apartments. She said they be lit as fuck. So she was like, yeah, do we be lit up over here or whatever? She was like, but y'all took too long. She was like, and the Knicks, they went to the club. Like, they about to go to the club. Mind you, it wasn't even that late. It probably was about like 7, 8 o'clock, like on a Friday. Who they trying to be first in line? But you know what? Back in the day, people did go to clubs at reasonable times. Nowadays, people getting there at like 11 p.m. Shit like that, 12. You know, but I can't lie. Back in the day, be like the club first open, be a crazy ass line. People did get there at good time. So maybe they was at the club. So she like, yeah, they went to the club. So I'm like, oh, what club they went to? I'm thinking a teen club, right? So she like, you got a fake ID? So I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, they went to a real club? So anyway, we end up walking inside of her house. It's chaotic in there. Like, literally, it's a whole bunch of people in that house. So we end up sitting down, like, where we can sit down. Tisha sat on the floor, so I sat on the floor right next to her because it was nowhere else to sit. So she walked in. They was like, bitch, you finished smoking that cigarette? Hurry up and finish cooking this chicken. And so she was like, y'all hungry? So I'm like, yeah, because I could go for some chicken. It smells good up there. Look, it might be like 10 kids doing backflips and people walking around, somebody getting their hair braided, but the food was smelling good. So she was like, y'all hungry? And I'm like, yeah. And Tisha was like, yeah, girl, you know I want some. So why one of the girls was like, the girl was braiding hair. She turned around, she was like, it ain't enough for all that. It ain't enough for all that. So the cigarette girl, she like, bitch, them my friends and I'm making it so it's enough. Like, they could get a piece and share. Like, shut the fuck up. So she was like, I'm just saying, like, my kids better get a plate. Like, I'm not playing none of that shit. Like, no, my kids better get a plate. So then they start going back and forth with each other because I'm thinking, like, girl, it ain't never that deep. If it ain't enough chicken for us, then we just ain't gonna eat none. Like, I'm not finna see your kid with a plate and be like, nope, I was promised a plate and snatch the baby food and eat it. Like, it's not that deep. So they going back and forth with each other. And the girl who was gonna cook the chicken, cigarette mama, she like, y'all could leave. So the girl, she was like, bitch, who is you talking to? Stop playing with me. So the girl that's getting her hair done, she looked irritated because, mind you, as she's arguing, she could not braid and argue at the same time. Baby girl was stopping. So she's like, who is you talking to? Who is you talking to? The hair braider walked up on cigarette mama, and cigarette mama like, don't fucking talk to me crazy when this hot ass grease is right here. So she was like, you be acting out in front of your company like you be doing the most. And Tisha was like, look, she said something to the braider girl like she knew her name. She was like, braider, look, if you don't want us to eat, we don't gotta eat. It ain't never that deep. We could get our own food. You're doing too much. And she's like, no, I'm just saying. Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, it ain't enough for all of that. Girl, you're about to fight and stop braiding somebody's hair because you don't want us to share one piece of chicken? If it's not enough, it's not enough. Anyway, so then she was just kind of mad. She went back to braiding her hair. And I'm thinking like, okay, it died down. But as they arguing, like I said, it's still kids flipping around. Damn near kicking us in the face. It's still a lot going on. And next thing you know, because an older woman, when they was arguing, she came out and she was just staring like this and looking back and forth at each one of them, but she wasn't saying shit. So then next thing you know, like, the braider girl stopped talking. Cigarette mom over there frying that chicken, talking about, yeah, because bitches think they finna just have high power over my EBT card. Bitch, I paid for this motherfucking meal. If I don't want to feed your kids, I don't got to, because y'all at my motherfucking house. So I'm just like, how old is this girl? You know, how old is she? So then Tisha ended up getting up and she's like, come on, Symone. And we walked in the kitchen. And once we walked in the kitchen, the braider girl turned around and looked. She was like, make sure the food is done before anybody just start eating it. Like, she thought we was going to go in there and take some food while she was cooking it or something. Girl, what is your problem? What's your problem? Like, I get it. Maybe y'all, I don't know. Girl, we're not trying to take your food. I promise. So Tisha was just like, chill. And next thing you know, cigarette mama, she walk up over there. She like, girl, who is you talking to? Like I said, you won't eat in this motherfucker. You won't eat in this. Y'all could leave. You could do this somewhere else. So she was like, cigarette mama, braider like, cigarette mama, chill out. Because you got your company here and you just doing the most. And this the old woman. Just looking back and forth. And shit, I'm with her too, because I'm looking back and forth too, like, damn, it's never that deep for this chicken. So they in each other's face, like, doing the most. The girl that's getting her hair braided, I can't see her face at this point, but I know, because her back is turned at this point. But I know she's annoyed. I know it, because At this point, I'm about to say, how much the chicken? Shit, I got $1 on it. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so they just arguing. So Tisha ended up going over there and was like, come on, finish cooking, because I want me some chicken. And she started laughing, and the braider girl was like, that shit weird as fuck, and just stormed out and left. Like, she didn't leave out the house. She went in either a bathroom or a room. I don't know, because I didn't follow her, so I don't know what door she went behind. So anyway, I'm just like, if it's not enough food, it's cool. She's like, no, y'all could share a piece of chicken. It's more than enough. Like, it's more than enough. She's like, she just want her dude to get some food, and I'm not feeding her dude. No, I told him he could buy a plate, and if it ain't enough food, he ain't gonna buy no plate then. So I'm just like, oh. And I was really hoping, like, I really do hope so, because coming over there, I was looking like, oh, this girl could fry some chicken. Let's hope the taste is good. Y'all, she had the macaroni and cheese on the pot, but shit, I ain't care. Go ahead and give me that Easy Mac on the pot. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't Easy Mac, clearly, because why would she put that in the pot? But yeah, I not care. It looked good and it smelled good to me. Make me a plate. So anyway, she just talking shit or whatever, and she's still talking shit. So Tisha like, girl, just chill. Like, let it go. She ain't even in here. Mind you, oh, girl left for a cool minute in one of them rooms. The girl is getting her hair braided. You ain't gonna fit. Like, you is unprofessional. Ooh, y'all, I hate an unprofessional braider. But anyway, so yeah, so they talking or whatever. So she was just like, what you doing next week, like for Halloween? What you doing? So she was like, I don't know, like I don't got no plans. Like the dudes over here, they be probably doing shit, like they probably gonna go to the club or something like that. I got my ID. She was like, y'all trying to go to the club? So I'm like, how old you gotta be there? She was like, well, if I need a fake ID, then how old you think you gotta be? So I'm like, girl, I don't even know how old you are. Like, cause why is you getting extra out with me? So she started laughing. She's like, no, I'm just saying, like, no, it's an 18 and up though. So I was like, nah, I don't got no ID and we not old enough. And she was like, dang, I could probably find y'all an ID or whatever. Cause Tisha like, girl, we don't got no damn ID, that's out. Like, but this boy at our school having a party. So she was just like, okay, like, well, if I can't find y'all an ID, like, you know, we could probably kick it with them or whatever. Cause they be kicking it. But yeah, like, I could go to y'all little party or whatever. So we like, okay. So she like, okay, cool. Well, you gonna have to either be a cat or a bunny because that's what we doing. So she was like, I'm not gonna be neither. So she was like, okay, well, what you gonna be? She was like, I'm gonna be a tiger. Okay. She was like, I'm gonna be a tiger. Like, I'm already wearing this little thong leotard and I'm gonna draw some stripes on my ass like I'm being a tiger. And I'm like, oh. She's like, yeah, but I'm gonna give me a little tail or whatever. She was like, so she like, I'm gonna give me a little tail or whatever. When she said that, one of the kids had ran up and she was looking at him like, she was looking at the little girl. She like, I'm gonna give me a little tail. I already got me one. So the little girl's like, you're not taking my tail. And she's like, girl, shut up. You ain't even gonna be out. You gonna be back in the house by the time I leave out. So I'm just like, not her taking the little girl tail for her costume. But anyway. So she's like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be. So she like, shit, that's close enough. Like, it's a cat. So she was like, how's a tiger a cat? At this point, I'm like, how old is this bitch? But I was so focused on that damn food, y'all. She like, how's a tiger a cat? She's like, girl, it's a cat. She's like, girl, no, it's not a cat. You don't just see tigers running around. You see cats running around. Like, it's not a cat. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was just like, lost a few brain cells listening to this conversation. Because I'm like, not this girl really trying to like tell us how we wrong because of... Anyway, so yeah. So when the food was ready, she started making plates and shit like that. And one of the little kids ran up and was like, ooh, me first, me first. So she was like, no, my daughter's eating first. And she yelled for her daughter. And her daughter came flipping in there. And she was like, yeah, mommy. She's like, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. She's like, no, you getting your plate first. I'm not about to be feeding everybody kids before feeding my own kid. Mind you, she's making all the plates at once. It's literally little kids' plates lined up. And she's putting the food on there. So whoever gets a plate handed first, your daughter's still getting a look, not my house, not my food. I just want a piece of chicken. But yeah, she was really yelling at the little girl like, no, you're gonna get a plate. Mind you, her daughter looked like she was about 5 years old. This little girl she yelling at looked like she about like 3 or 2. So I'm just like, dang, they mean in this house. Finally, mind you, it's probably like 20-30 minutes later. Finally, old girl came back and gonna tell the girl like, you still want me to finish? What? Why would she not want you to finish her head? So anyway, she in there, they not talking or whatever like that, but old girl kept looking back when she was making the plates, kept looking back. So she making a plate, she giving the kids the plates or whatever like that, and she's like, all right, I'm gonna make me a plate, let me put one up for some dude. She was like, she gonna put one up for him. And she's like, and then I'll make y'all a plate or whatever. So then a braider girl came in there and she was like, where am I? You made me a plate? And she was like, you can make your own plate. And she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make my plate. And she's like, give me a plate. So she started trying to grab chicken. She was like, don't fucking grab extras, trying to give it to him. Cause I said, no, my friends is gonna eat. And if it's enough, he could get a plate. So the old lady was like, I know I'm getting my damn plate. So she was like, girl, I'm gonna give you your plate. So I'm just like, this is a lot. There's a lot going on in this house. So now, oh girl, she looking irritated, and she gonna sit down on the couch and gonna tell the girl that was getting her hair braided, like, I'm gonna eat real quick and then I'm gonna finish. Girl, when I tell you, I would have been pissed off. But luckily for me, me and Tisha was able to get one piece each and a little bit of mac and cheese, y'all. I was over there savoring. You know when something's so good, so you trying to eat it real slow. Damn, I'm making myself want some fried chicken right now. You know when something's so good, you trying to eat it real slow because you just want to savor the flavor. Like, oh my God, this is the only piece of chicken I get. Let me make it work. Let me be good to it. So anyway, we over there, we eating, and as we eating, oh girl, the braider girl is like sitting on the floor. The brother girl is sitting on the couch like across from us because we sit on the floor, and it's like she watching us, like she eating like this and watching us. Girl, even if we don't finish this food, but it's like this much food, but even if we didn't, like, you can't piece it together and give it to your man. It just wouldn't work out. Anyway, so we eating. Oh girl came over there. She was like, yeah, so what time we gonna go to this party or whatever like that? And she like, and maybe like, can I invite my boo? So she was like, yeah, you can invite them if you want to. She's like, okay, like, cause if they don't go to the club, like, I'll tell them about this. Like, how much is it? Like, is it free to get in? Or like, she like, is it free to get in since it's y'all friend? Or like, how is it? So she's like, oh girl, no, it's not free to get in. Like, I think it was like $5-10. But she's like, okay, but since it's your friend, like, it's a boy at your school, like, he can't get me and like my homies in. She's like, girl, we're paying to get in. Like, this, we think this nigga cool as hell, but we don't even know him for real. So she's like, oh, okay. So like, do he got like some type of group discount? Mind you, you want to bring in these dudes that's in the 18 and up. They ain't got no money. They got money for the club, right? They ain't got no money for the party. So then she was like, okay, nah, it's cool. She like, but okay, because they gonna ask me this. Is it like a free before a certain time? And she's like, no, it's $5, whatever the price was. But I know it was no more than like $10. She's like, that's the price to get in. Like, that's the price to get in the party. So anyway, so she was like, oh, okay, no, that's cool. So we ended up chilling at her house for like a little while longer. But then she started yelling at the kids. Everybody yelling at each other. It was just a lot going on. So Tisha was like, all right, we finna go, girl. Like, I'm gonna see you. Like, I'm gonna hit you up. So she was like, all right, like, I'm gonna hit you. Like, let me know. She's like, I'm gonna send y'all pictures of my costume or whatever. Girl, what costume? You literally say you're gonna draw stripes on your ass. Like, what the fuck? So we just like, okay, like, bye, girl. So we ended up leaving out. We trying to mob back. Tisha like, I'm gonna have somebody pick me up from Del Taco. I'm like, why they can't just pick you up from here and then drop me off at home? Like, the fuck? Why we gotta walk all the way back? So she was just like, because I don't want them to know that I was up over here. So as we walking back, just so happened, we end up seeing this boy that went to our school. It's crazy because he used to talk to Tisha, but at school he'll act like he do not like her. He's so disgusted with her, but he used to do with her on the low. Y'all, ladies, don't never let no man do you like that. If a nigga act like he don't got no dealings with you, but when nobody's around, he deal with you, don't deal with him. He's weird. Anyway, so we just so happen to see him, and he walking with like 2 other boys like that don't go to our school or whatever. So we like, oh, what's up? So he like, oh, what's up? Like, dang, come here, Tisha, you ain't gonna say nothing. Mind you, because nobody from school around, so he hugging her. I guess she didn't know, like, oh, I don't know if I could hug you or not. You got people with you. So he hugging her or whatever. He was like, yeah, where y'all finna go? Like, y'all should come to the crib. So I'm like, nah, I'm about to go back, because my cousin was hitting me up on AIM like, girl, you should make your way back in a little bit, because in a minute your mom gonna be calling asking if you spending the night or if you finna come home. And yeah, I'm like, okay, all right. And then one thing about it, like, when my auntie went to sleep, she went to sleep. So I'm like, your mom still up? She like, yeah, she up. So I'm like, all right, fuck, okay. So he like, y'all should come to the house. So Tisha like, Symone, what you think? I'm like, I can't come to the house, because my mom didn't mind if I went out and hung out, but I didn't tell her that's what I was doing, which I don't know why I didn't just say like, hey, my friend said they're available now, can I go like over there? I don't know why I didn't just say that. So anyway, so she was like, what you think? I'm like, nah, I gotta go back. So she was like, dang, she gotta go back home. So she was like, I actually was finna walk her home, so I'll come to your house, but y'all gotta walk with me to walk her home. So his homeboys that was with him or whatever, they like, well, where you live at? So I said it where I lived at. It was probably like 3-4 blocks away, nothing too major. So they like, hell no, we not walking over there. I'm like, it's not that deep. Like, you literally could, it's down there. Like, you don't got to do no twists and turns. Well, eventually I got to turn, but I wouldn't have them walk me all that way. Like, they could walk me to the corner. So they like, nah, we not finna walk. Like, nah, we cool. Like, bro, we gonna meet you at the house. So he like, damn, Tisha, you really gotta walk her? I was like, then she ain't coming to your house. She coming with me. So she laughing like a laugh, but you know, it's probably one of them laughs like, girl, I really would go with him. So I'm like, well, she ain't coming to your house. So he's like, damn, all right, we're gonna walk you halfway. We're gonna walk you halfway. Because mind you, where we was at was kind of by like where he lived at. He's like, we're gonna walk you halfway. So they like, yeah, bro, nah, we see you at the house. We see you at the house. So we all just walking or whatever. He got his arm around her. And it was just irritating me. And I wanted to say something like, boy, you be acting so weird at school. Because I swear it would be times where like, before she got the memo to not really do the most at school, he'd come up to me and be like, can you tell her to chill? And I was like, no, what the fuck? Like, you're weird. Anyway, they walked me halfway, literally. She was like, come on, we could walk 2 more blocks. And he's like, no, we could just see her. We'll see, like, we could stand here and just watch you. I'm like, boy, just fucking go home. Like, I don't care. Because he gonna say, who gonna walk us back? It's 2 of y'all, it's 1 of me. So I'm power walking down the street. Literally, I used to get my steps in when it was time to go home. Because, baby, I would run. Sometimes I would literally run home. Like, I would be running down the street looking crazy. And one thing about it, when I would go home super late, I'll run down the middle of the street. I know if people looked out their windows, they probably used to be like, what the fuck? Because it used to be so dark. And I wouldn't want to run on the sidewalk and then somebody snatch me up. So I would run down the middle of the street to go home. But anyway, so I ended up going back to my auntie house or whatever, and just like clockwork, it's like 10 minutes later, my mom ended up calling their house phone like, Symone, you gonna stay tonight or you want me to come get you? So I'm like, I'm gonna just stay over here, like, cause I was just like, I'm in the mood for some fun. One thing about it, I used to like being at my cousin's house, cause one, me and my cousin the same age, and then it used to just be fun being over there and shit. So I'm like, I'm gonna just stay over here. And then it'd be like funny because when they try to like sneak out and stuff like that, like I just see all the stuff that's going on. So I used to be like, nah, I'm gonna chill here. So anyway, I'm chilling at their house or whatever. Now let's fast forward to Halloween week. Okay, now it's the week of Halloween. Everybody talking about this damn party. I already found my bunny ears. I'm just excited. Like, it's lit. Everybody is just like talking about how they gonna be there that night and all this other stuff like that. Like, we ready. We came up on 1 taco vodka and like 4 locos. Y'all, we was gonna be lit because we used to split them cans of 4 locos. Like, if you know, you know. Them things were strong. So anyway, we used to split them. So 1 can was gonna be good enough for like 2 of us. But y'all, anyway, so we happy. We like, yes, we about to be lit today. Like, we was just about to have us a time at this party or whatever like that. So we was at school. We was just talking about it because it was gonna be that Friday night. So we like, yeah, like, oh, we was just happy as fuck. So I go home and I get ready. They was like, we gonna get ready at their house. So I got home and I kind of like got pre-ready, and I told my mom like, you come drop me off at such and such house, at Alizé house, because we gonna get ready over there. So Tisha ended up hitting me up like, hey, do you think your mom could come get me? One thing about it, my mom was the motherfucking driver. I used to be like, mom, can you go on this side of town to go pick up this person? Can you go take me to a party over here? Can you do this? Can you do that? She's gonna drive. So we went and picked up Tisha from her house just to come all the way back on that side of town to go to Alizé house. So we are going over there, we getting ready or whatever. They tried to draw me a little whiskers and stuff, but I wiped it off. I'm like, I'm a bunny. They like, well, you can still have whiskers, but you putting me a cat nose, and no, it's just, I'm not doing it. So anyway, we was getting ready and stuff like that. We taking pictures. I'm just so sad because y'all, I actually do. It's crazy because all our old phones my stepdad keep in a drawer, and I really think when I go over there to tomorrow, which is today, Halloween, I'm gonna see if any of my old memory cards is in there, because I really want to find my old pictures and memories and stuff like that. Oh my god, okay, hopefully they are. Hopefully it is, because he like keep all the old phones, like they just collect, like, and it's crazy because I do that too now. Like, literally all my old iPhones, I still have each one of them. Like, I don't know why. But anyway, so we over there, we talking, we getting ready, we taking pictures, we thinking we look cute. I'm updating my AIM icon, looking cute as hell. People hitting me up, they like, you coming to LA this weekend? You gonna come to shake that ass for a witch? I'm like, no, I'm not coming to shake that ass for a witch to this weekend. I'm gonna be out in my city. They like, oh, that's boring as fuck. I'm like, no, y'all don't know who throwing a party, okay? It's lit. I didn't even ask Toxic to come, because one thing about it, my friends didn't like her. Like, I promise you, it's crazy because throughout my whole life, none of my friends like her. Like, anybody she was mutual with, even people like I said we grew up with, it'd be like I'm the common denominator. Like, I don't know, she just rubbed people the wrong way. I don't know why. I don't know. Hopefully she grew out of that. I don't know. But anyway, so we getting ready, we think we cute. Like I said, had to update that AIM icon because people hitting me up. It's like, Joe was hitting me up, but like we wasn't on the best of terms at this point. It was just like he was making it seem like he wanted to hang out with Benzino and Steve Harvey and stuff like that and be with them. If you new here, y'all gotta catch up. But anyway, he wanted to hang out with them, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not really tripping because I'm gonna be out this way anyway. And I never used to invite him to come out this way to hang out because one thing about it, my mom did not play that spend the night shit. No way, house way. So anyway, we got ready, and I was irritated as fuck because they said get ready at their house. This is why I was annoyed, because they like, okay, we gonna find our way to the party. What y'all mean by find our way? Y'all mama or daddies or somebody ain't gonna take us? I could have got ready at my own house and got dropped off at the party and had a ride. So they was like, do you think your mom would come take us? So I'm like, I'm about to call her back to come take us. Because mind y'all, that's when my little sisters was like real little. So she probably already taking them trick-or-treating. And then she gonna want to go back in the house with the kids. She ain't gonna do that. So I'm like, I don't think she gonna want to do all that. She probably already doing something. So they was like, all right, well, we could probably walk or something like that. I'm like, walk? They like, yeah, like we could walk or figure it out. I was so irritated. Mind you, oh girl, cigarette mama, she wasn't there because she said she was gonna meet us at the party, which I should have did the same thing she did. So I'm like, dang, we don't know anybody to come get us. So Tisha, she was like, oh, her older brother, she's like, I could ask him to take us. Like my mom be letting him use the car. So she's like, I could tell him like if he could come get us or whatever, like he just gonna ask for gas money. She was like, or Symone, just sit in the front seat and talk to him, because her brother used to like me. So I'm like, girl. She's like, girl, just sit in the front seat and talk to him, like it's just entertain him, like it'll be okay. I'm like, oh, all right. She's like, how about you hit him up and ask him what he doing tonight? I'm like, no. At this point, this is when I used to talk to Turtle, the boy. I don't know why I was gonna say his name, but it probably wouldn't matter. But yeah, this is when I used to talk to him or whatever. So I'm like, because he never would go to the parties because he had this beef with people. But you know what? He probably actually did have beef with people because that man is in jail for life right now. So he probably was not lying about that beef he had. That's probably why he was not at the parties. But it would be people that be like reporting back to him, or he would like hear stuff like that. Or like sometimes his sister would be at the party. So I'm like, I don't want to be just like, and you know what? I really didn't care because I was dating Joe too. And I used to do my own thing. So I don't know. I just didn't like her brother. So I'm like, she like, just ask him. If you ask him, he'll come. So, but her brother didn't like parties no way. So I knew he wasn't going to stay. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Because I ain't trying to walk to this party. Mind you, the party's on the other side of town. The party was probably be like an hour walk. Is you dumb? So anyway, I ended up hitting up her brother and I was like, what you doing tonight, Tisha brother? So he like, nothing, I'm just in the house with it watching movies or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, you trying to give us a ride to a party? Because I'm not even finna fake it and invite him to this party. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm like, you trying to invite us to this party? I mean, trying to drive us to this party. So he was like, oh, y'all don't got no ride? So I'm like, nah. He's like, damn, Tisha should have told me, like I would have took y'all. So I'm like, dang, we just gonna walk the hour then. So he brought him back. He like walk an hour and he was like, all right, I'll come get y'all. Like I'll give y'all a ride. He's like, and I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, her mama had a big ass truck with the 2 rows. So I'm like, cool, he gonna come. So she was like, oh yeah, he coming? What you say to him? I said, I told him if he could give us a ride. She was like, girl, you should have invited him. I'm like, no, the ride worked. So he was just telling us like, we gonna need like to give him gas money. So we were like, all right, we could all put in $1. We could all put in $1. So we didn't tell him that, but we was gonna tell him when he got there. Yeah, he be alright. So anyway, he ended up pulling up, and I know y'all right thinking like, damn, y'all gonna get this nigga $1 each for gas money is $60, y'all. $6 on pump 2. Yeah, he gonna do it because like we didn't need him as the ride back. You know, it's a lot of people with cars at the school, or people like, we'll figure out our way back, but we just need a way there. So anyway, he ended up finally pulling up. So Tisha like, get in the front seat, Symone, get in the front seat, Symone. Like he doing a U-turn and he like pulling to get in front of us. Why would he pull to get in front of us? It's a girl in the front seat. So I was like, oh, somebody in the front seat. And Tisha was like, he brought his girlfriend. Mind you, this nigga had a girlfriend and she was staying the weekend at their house because she didn't live in the same city as us. So she was like, dang, he brought his girlfriend. Mind you, her brother was a senior. We was in 11th grade. So I'm like, your brother had a girlfriend at the house? And she's like, yeah, like she's staying a weekend at our house, but I didn't think he would bring her. So you wanted me to invite your brother to a party and leave his girl at the house to do what? Paint y'all walls, put up wallpaper, take down the Halloween decor? Why'd you think he was just gonna leave her at the house? So anyway, we all hopped in the back, and then I'm like, what's up? Like, Tisha brother, everybody, what's up to him or whatever? He like, what's up, what's up? Like, y'all got my gas money? So we like, yeah, we got it, we gonna give it to you. We like, you stop at the gas station before? He like, nah, I'm gonna drop y'all off first. Where's that? So he driving because we trying to play it off because we only about to give him like $6. So we like this, like figuring out the money, and she like, oh, where's my wallet? People just like talking, and it's funny because we just kept laughing. Like, I know y'all probably think like that's fucked up, but that's why you get the gas money first. But we just kept laughing because we thought that shit was so funny, which is fucked up. I wish a bitch would. Man, when I need a gas from people, I'm pulling up to the gas station. I don't give a fuck. Well, my tank was never on full back then, but if it was, I don't care. I'm still gonna put up. I need my money. So anyway, we finally ended up getting to the party, and she was like, you gonna come out with us? Like, you gonna come out? So his girlfriend was like, that look fun, like we should go to the party. He like, nah, I want to go watch scary movies at the house. So she was like, dang, we could just stay for a little while. He's like, nah, like, So she like, just let her come with us then. Like, let her come with us. He's like, nah, because who I'm gonna watch scary movies with? Nigga, the scary movies is gonna still be there. I'm pretty sure they coming on your DVD player. So anyway, we ended up hopping out the car and they drove off or whatever. Oh, we gave him his $6 and we like handed it to him like that when we was already out the car. And yeah, we like ran and he drove off. So if he gonna be mad at anybody, he gonna be mad at Tisha. That's his sister. She knew better. So anyway, we go to the party. It's packed. Like, it's so many people on the outside. You just see people doing balloons everywhere, cups, people drinking. I'm like, oh, costumes. It look good. We really thinking we finna win our little costume thing or whatever. So I'm telling Tisha, I'm like, oh, your friend Alizé still coming? So she's like, oh yeah, let me hear her and let her know we here or whatever, so she could get dropped off. This how dumb we was. We sitting outside the party. We thinking we waiting in a line, but we cracking open our bottles and stuff like that, because we had a purse and we was gonna rotate that purse like for whoever hold it until we done with our alcohol. So yeah, we trying to open it up and we doing our cups and we trying to drink or whatever. I don't know why we didn't drink in the car with her brother. I don't know. I think, you know what? I think Tisha was making it seem like if we opened up the bottle in the car or the cans, that her brother would want one. Yeah, that wasn't finna happen. You better take this $6 and leave. But anyway, so we standing right there for a cool minute, standing behind some people just doing balloons and shit like that. And we really, man, when I tell you I was irritated, because I'm like, this is not a line. They was like, what? I'm like, this not no line. They was like, what the fuck? So we feeling stupid as hell because we literally standing behind these people thinking that we waiting in line or whatever. So we finally just walked up. It's no line. It's no line at all. Literally, when we walked up, we looked the fuck up. It was this boy at the door doing the money that liked Alizé. And he was like, oh, what's up? What's up, Zay? Like, whatever her name was, he gave her a nickname. So he's like, what's up, Zay? So she like, what's up? Like, you like my costume? Alizé was thick as fuck. Like, she had body. Like, when I tell you, it was like hourglass, big ass motherfucking. She was thick. Had me over here trying to put my onesie in my ass to make it look like I got some. So anyway, she like, you like my costume? And she did a spin. You just see him look down at that ass and he was like, give me a hug. So he hugging her, he grabbing her. She like, stop, like, stop playing. But while he doing that, we just literally walked past him. So she was like, you gonna let me give you a dance later? So he like, yeah, I'm gonna let you give me a dance. She like, all right, well, I'm gonna see you. I'm about to finish my cup and I'm gonna see you in a minute. Like, come find me. So he like, all right. And we just walked in. I'm like, Alizé, that big booty gonna get us in everywhere. And she just, like, she stopped and just started twerking. I say, so we just start slapping her butt, like, yeah, we was just so happy or whatever. So we in there, it's lit, like I said, costumes everywhere. As we walking by, we like dancing, but trying to like have our cup in our hands, because you know, you just think you cool when you a teenager at a party drinking. For all the teenagers that drink, do not drink at parties. I suggest you don't drink at all. It's literally a waste of your time and life, and I really wish I would have did that. And I'm really coming from a real place when I say this shit. Like, it's not worth it. And you make a lot of life-changing decisions, big mistakes. We didn't even make those choices. Like, a lot of life-changing things could happen. Let me finish the story, but I just wanted to give that little disclaimer, because I promise you, it's not worth it. But anyway, so we walk in the party, we got our cups in our hands. This one boy grabbed me with a scream mask on. I just start throwing it back. One thing about me, I always tell y'all, I could not dance on dudes for nothing to save my life, because I hate when I'm trying to throw it back, and they like pumping. They just be like pumping, like, boy, give me a chance. Like, stop. You're doing too much. So I'm over here like trying to hold on. I'm holding on to one of them and I'm like, okay, damn. So then he kind of like moved me out the way. Like, he wasn't liking what I was putting down. I'm like, oh, okay, whoever that is behind that mask. Y'all, I swear, when I say that whole night, I wanted to know who was behind that fucking mask. So we dancing, we lit or whatever. We just like cracking open our more cups and whatever. And we knew, like, one thing about us, like, sometimes we would go over, but like, we knew we'd be like, And we started sharing. Oh boy, he came and found Alizé for that dance. He came and found her. She over there fucking it up on him. I'm like, dang, that girl got it going on. But anyway, we all just dancing, having fun. So then next thing you know, Tisha was like, Symone, come with me to the front. Sigma and mama here. So I'm like, oh, Sigma is here? Sigma. So she was like, yeah, she here or whatever. Coming to the front. So we start walking off of the other girl who said she was going to be a bunny too. She's like, where y'all going? So I'm like, we going to the front to get her homegirl. So she's like, who was her homegirl? So I don't remember the girl's name. at this point. So she was just like, oh, my friend such and such, she go to such and such. She was like, who said you could invite her? She was like, girl, look at all these people here. Anybody could come. So she was just like, I'm gonna come with y'all. So we start walking off. She used to be the most annoyingest one. Oh my gosh, she used to irritate me bad. So anyway, we start walking off, and even though she was my friend, she used to be so annoying because she was one of them people that felt like she was I don't know, she was just weird, bro. And she used to just try to talk shit like so much all the time. Like we could be all happy and laughing, and she would just be like, why y'all laughing? Looking stupid over there laughing. It'd be like, girl, can you laugh? Somebody tickle this bitch. Why is you acting like that? So anyway, so we over there, we went to go get her or whatever, and she stand at the door like by herself, like nobody was with her, because I'm like, oh, okay, she didn't bring her friends, her booze or whatever. So when we walked up, I'm like, let her in. She was already in. She just went to go grab something. So the boy was like, oh, it's $10. I'm like, let her in. She was already in. He was like, well, how I'm supposed to know she was already in? I'm like, well, y'all don't got no wristbands or nothing like that. He was like, all right, here, come in. Like just tripping. Like, boy, it's already packed in here. Y'all probably already made like 2 racks. Like, let her in the party. So she come up in there, like she said, she drew them stripes on her butt. So here go the other homegirl, the annoying one. She like, where your clothes at? Mind you, we all have on leotards. It's people over here with just pasties on and little ass skirts. Like, girl, what is you doing that? She like, where your clothes at? And she was just like, she literally just did that and was looking at her. And then Tisha was like, all right, come on, let's go, y'all. So then, oh girl, the one that's annoying, that was my homegirl. She used to be annoying. Okay, anyway, so she pulled me and she was like, who is that? Like, why is she here? And why is she dressed like that? Like, she didn't get the memo. So I'm like, oh, well, she's not a part of our Halloween costume thing anyway. Like, she not gonna enter the costume contest with us. I don't know why we thought we was gonna win. But yeah, so she was just like, she wanted to be different. Why she wanted to be different? She could have told somebody she was gonna be a tiger. And I'm like, she told us she was gonna be a tiger. She's like, but she could have told one of us because somebody else would have been a tiger with her. Girl. So I just start walking. I'm like, come on, girl, let's go back to the party. So we dancing, we go back in the middle or whatever. Everybody cool. It's just this one girl that was just the one homegirl. She was just so annoying. And like I said, they was all related, so she kind of had to be around. But anyway, so she was just irritating. So we just dancing or whatever like that. We having fun. Scream Mask come pull me and just start pulling me through the crowd. So they like, where you going? I'm like, I don't know. Mind you, I don't know who the fuck behind this mask. So he pulling me through the crowd. And he just pulled me somewhere like and just was staring at me. So I'm like, who are you? And he was all like, just staring at me. So I'm like, who are you? He pulled up the little fake, I could say knife. He pulled out the fake knife and was like, start doing this and like putting it on me like that. So I'm like, I try to reach for his mask. He grabbed my hand and was like, but he not saying shit. I'm like, this dude is a weird. So I'm like, I'm finna go. You ain't trying to tell me who you are. I'm finna leave. So then he started grabbing my arm and started pulling me back through the crowd. He pulled me back to where my friends was and then like let go of my hand and walked off. I'm like, what the fuck? They like, who is that? I'm like, I don't know. When I try to take his mask off, he wouldn't let me and he won't say shit. Like, I don't know who that is. So they like, what the fuck? That's weird. I'm like, right. Oh girl, we end up letting her get something to drink. So here go the annoying one. She didn't even put in on it. Oh my god, we over here giving drink to randos, like just chill out. She didn't even put in on it. So a girl was like, is it a problem? Because my friends is gonna come later and they gonna have a lot of drink, a lot of money, a lot of this. So what you mad about a $2 for Loco? So she's like, I'm just saying, like, put me some more in my cup then. Mind you, she barely drinking her cup. This is probably like her 4th, 5th cup. She barely drinking that one because she had enough. She's like, put some more in my cup then. So her cousin, so Alizé like, you want me to top you off? She's like, yeah, put some more in my cup because if we're going to be just giving out cups. And I'm just like, oh, she's irritating, bro. Like, a little liquor don't even make her act any better, bro. She just, oh, she used to be cool, but I don't know. She used to just feel like she could talk shit to any and everybody. Like, I don't know, it just be irritating. But anyway, let me stop. I keep addressing that. But anyway, so we dancing and oh girl, Sig Mama like, my friends is gonna come in a little bit. Like, you fucking with it? So Tisha like, yeah, I'm fucking with it. So she was like, your friends fucking with it? And she like, well, Symone is with me. Like, she fucking with it. Symone with me. And I'm just thinking like, damn, how you just group us? But one thing about it, we used to kind of stick close. Like, even though the friend group wasn't like messy or nothing weird happening, oh, besides the annoying girl, but everybody used to just like either say something back to her or ignore her. She'd be just talking to herself. A lot of times she would be talking to herself. She'd be like, stupid ass, what the fuck you even talking about? Dummy. And then you'd be like, who are you talking to? And she'd be like, myself. And it'd be like, bro, what's up with her? She was weird. So a lot of times we just ignore her. I think she was just around by default. But anyway, So yeah, me and Tisha used to stick together because it's like all of them related and shit like that. So we used to kind of be like, all right, like, yeah. But like the friend group was, everybody was cool. Yeah. So anyway, so she like Symone with me or whatever. So she was like, is they down? Like they coming? She like, but what about the thick one? Talking about Alizé. She like, the thick one, they gonna love her. You gotta come. So she like, come where? Where we going? Where we finna go? But she's so drunk, you could tell she just like smiled. She's like, where we finna go? So the other girl was like, we finna go home in a minute, Alizé, because you fucked up. It's crazy. Alizé used to drink every day. I don't understand how she was still able to get drunk, because that bitch could put one back. Okay. Anyway, so she like, yeah, they finna pull up in a minute. Like they finna pull up. They just want to go kick it and shit like that. Probably just grab something to eat. Like, so I don't know. Like if they don't want to come, they don't gotta come. So the other girl was like, nah, we finna go home because she too lit. She was too lit. Like one thing about it, like she would get drunk, but she was too lit this night. So I'm like, yeah, like she gotta go. And she like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. She like falling over. Oh boy, the one that let us in, whatever. Well, who liked her, he over here like, I'm gonna take, he ended up like, he was right there too. He like, I'm gonna take care of her. He got his arm around like, I'm gonna take care of her. She good with me. So the other girl like, no, she going home. She going home. So I'm like, she is going home. Like she not going with you. He's like, I got her. Like she good. She good. So she like, he got me. And she like grabbed his face and kissed his cheek. He's like, oh yeah, I got her. She good. So I'm like, I'm about to hit up, what's it called? Cause one of the boys that we used to go to their house all the time, she used to deal with one of them, like they was off and on in a relationship. So I'm like, I'm about to aim him because I know he here somewhere. Like, because you doing the most, because now he over here really trying to like fight for her. Like, no, she's coming with me. Like, I'm good. I'm not finna leave yet. She good with me. Like, y'all doing too much. Even though her people wasn't finna just let her leave, they all live at the same house. But still, it was like, you're doing the most. So I was like, I'm over here aiming him. Watch when he come over here. Watch when he come over here. I'm like, where you at? Because Alizé need to go home and she need to go home right now. And I'm like, and such being weird. And mind you, because when he'll try to like walk away and be like, well, I ain't leaving yet, but when I'm ready, I got her. She good. I'll make sure she get home straight. She would like try to follow him. Or it'd be times where we be standing there and she like disappearing. They'd be like, where the fuck is Alizé? But any other time it wouldn't even matter for anybody to leave. But it was just like, when you too intoxicated, you cannot leave by yourself. No, we need to make sure you're okay. So anyway, I didn't hit him up because this was like the third time, but the old boy still standing there. He like, nah, I ain't hitting him up. So old boy ended up coming over there and he was just like, you know, people used to have like the keychains with like the extendo thingy, like where you could pull a keychain. So he like pulled his keychain, let it slap his hip and was like, Alizé, what are you doing? So she was like, what? When you get here? When you get here? He's like, Alizé, what are you doing? And I was all like, look, so he over here trying to take Alizé with him. Mind you, we all faded. I'm like, he trying to take Alizé with him and she needs to go home now. And she's like, I'm not going home now. I'm good. I'm not going with him. I'm good. So he was like, oh, bro, I'm not finna just take her. Like, no, I was just trying to make sure she got home safe. Like, I already know this your girl. So he's like, Alizé, what are you doing? I'm like, is he a robot? Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? And he was just like, come on. So she just like, oh my God. She like falling on him and stuff like that. And he's like, y'all ready to go? To her people. And they was like, yeah, we just gonna go. So this is her, the annoying one. She like, come on, Symone, get your attendants in the car too. Like, come on, let's go. So I was like, oh no, I'm staying. I'm gonna go with Tisha and them. So she was like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna go with Tisha and her friend. Like, we gonna go somewhere else. So she was like, y'all need to go home too. Mind you, we not like really messed up like they are. And around that time, I had like kind of beef. I seem to always have beef. But I kind of had beef. So I was like, let me be on my P's and Q's because everybody at this party. And the last I need, shit, my enemy probably was in the Scream costume. Who knows? So anyway, I'm like, nah, like I'm going to go with them. So she was like, judging you. And she walked off. Girl, I don't care. The fuck? So anyway, we just there at the party still. She like, yeah, my homeboys finna pull up now. Like, they literally said they parking and they finna come in. So I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, I'm just like, you met them before? So Tisha like, yeah, I met them. Like, they real cool. Like, they cool as fuck or whatever like that. So as we talking, next thing you know, somebody pushed my head down and like grabbed my waist to like make me dance. So I was about to start dancing, but I lift up like, what the fuck? I turn around. It's Scream Mask. So I'm like, who are you? Who are you? So Tisha starts squaring up with him. She's like, who are you? And she socked him in the chest. So he was like, mind you, he got the mask on, but he tilted his head and held his chest. And he pulled out the little fake, you know, and was like holding it up. So she like, who are you? For real, who are you? So Alizé, homegirl, she over here like trying to pull his mask. Now we kind of like trying to like wrestle with this nigga to take his mask off. Like, reveal yourself. We want to know who you are. So she like, who are you? So when he ended up like moving away and he ended up like his mask almost hit off his face because old girl tried to slap it off his face, and or whoever the fuck face, well, I guess it was a guy. He ended up like moving and turning his head and he left. Like he trying to move through the crowd. So we over here trying to follow him now. Cause I'm like, who is this person? Like they being weird. And that wasn't the only time. Literally throughout the whole night, if I'm dancing, they'll come up behind me and start dancing with me. Just like, who are you? So anyway, so we following them, trying to get to them. And they like, we following him, trying to get to him. He mobbing through the crowd. And we not just bumping people like he is. Like he doing the most. So we trying to get to him. And next thing you know, somebody grabbed old girl's tail. Cause cause mind you, she's in front of me, I'm behind her, Tisha behind me. So somebody grabbed her tail and I was like, don't grab her tail. And when I turned around, she was like, who grabbed my tail? And she was like, how y'all get in here? And she hugged the boy. I guess they was her homeboy. So I'm like, oh my bad. Like I didn't know that was your people or whatever. Now Scream done got away. So we over here and Tisha, they like, what's up? Like, what's up to us or whatever. I'm looking at them and I'm like, these niggas look kind of grown. Because she always mentioned a fake ID. I thought these dudes was teenagers with fake IDs going to the club. That's another reason why I thought they went so early. Like, I really thought that. So when I'm looking at them, I'm like, they're gonna look older than us. Mind you, Sig Mama, I don't even know how old she was for real. I just know she wasn't old enough to get at 18 and up. Or did she lose her ID? You know, she said she had an EBT card. How old was that bitch? Anyway, so, oh, well, she did have a kid, so maybe you could get, look, I don't know. So anyway, so they looking kind of older. I'm not really saying too much of it. So they was like, okay, what y'all trying to do? Like, we finna chill right here real quick, or like, what y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to get something to eat? So they was like, we go to like IHOP or Denny's or something like that. So Tisha like, yeah, we could go to IHOP. Like, I'm ready. Like, you ready right now, Symone? I'm like, it don't matter. I'm like, they gonna take us home. So she like, yeah, they gonna take us home. So he's like, y'all could take us home, right? So he like, yeah, I could drop y'all off. Like, it's cool or whatever. Like, I could drop y'all off or whatever. So she's like, all right, cool. So a girl was like, okay, let me dance on my nigga real quick. Let me dance on him. So she just dancing on him. And it's kind of like awkward because we all just staring at her. Literally, Tisha didn't dance on nobody. I didn't dance on nobody. We just standing there staring at her. I look up. Who do you see staring at me? Scream. So I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm about to go find out who this is. So she was like, all right, don't go too far, like, because we gonna leave in a little bit. So I go over there to see who it is. And I'm like, who are you? Y'all, I don't know why I was so invested. Who are you? I just remember saying that and they was just standing there. So I'm like, who is this? Y'all, I literally tapped some random girl and I'm like, who is this? I kind of grabbed her a little bit aggressive and I didn't try to because when she turned around, she looked at me like, the fuck? I'm like, who is this? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm just like, who are you? And the nigga just walked off. At this point, I'm like, man, forget it. So Tisha was like, Symone, come on, we finna leave. Like, we finna go. So I'm like, all right. So we end up leaving out with them or whatever. 4 of them, y'all. 4 of them, 3 of us, a sedan. You do the math. You do the math. We had to lap up. So I was irritated, y'all. Tell me why a girl trying to get on the lap of the dude that's driving. She like, let me get on your lap while you drive. He was like, shit, you could bounce that thing on me while I drive, Tigger. So he laughing at her. She like, I'm a tiger. I'm not a Tigger. I'm a tiger. And she was all like, I'm a tiger. So Tisha like, yeah, we all cats. We all cats. So she was like, I'm not no fucking cat. I'm a tiger. I was like, oh my God. I was just irritated that we had to sit on their laps though, because I was just like, bro, oh my God. It's funny. It's crazy because like I said, it's 4 of them. So the middle seat was available. And I'm like, I'm gonna sit in the middle seat. So old boy was like, nah, you the smallest. So let her sit in the middle seat talking about Tisha. He was like, you just sit on my lap because Tisha was like way thicker than me. Like I said, all my homegirls had that ass and they ain't give me none. Sig Mama attempted to sit on his lap while he was driving, but oh boy, one of his friends was like, it's too many police out, it's too many police out, like put her in the back, stop playing, put her in the back. So she ended up getting in the back seat. Why one of the homeboys was like, here, just get on my lap, come on, let's go. So Tisha like, I'ma just sit on your lap and she could sit in the middle seat, like the clear middle seat, because clearly she messed with the driver. Why would she sit on your lap, the homeboy? What? So anyway, so she's like, it's cool, Tisha, it's cool, come on, let's just go, it's cool, Tisha. So she sat on the homeboy lap, right? And we driving or whatever. He like, yeah, we gonna go to Denny's or IHOP, which one we should go to? So he like, go to the IHOP by like the club, so it's gonna be packed, like it's gonna be cool over there. So we driving or whatever, and I'm just sitting there, I'm irritated because I'm on the boy lap, but I'm sitting behind the driver, so I'm like kind of like on the seat, like leaned over, because I'm not about to be just all on you. So Tisha said something to me, because she in the middle seat right here, and I know I probably think like, why you didn't just sit on Tisha lap? I don't know. Now that I think about it, why didn't I? Anyway, we driving out. When she talking to me, I look over, and why I see girl Sig Mama, she like laying back on a boy like this, and he rubbing on her. So, you know, when you see something that you're not supposed to see, you gotta just look away. And I'm just like, and Tisha like, Symone. And I'm like, oh yeah, huh? She's just like, you good? Like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. She's like, okay, me too. And I was like, okay, you good? Because I thought about it after she said me too. I'm like, wait, I didn't ask her. So I'm like, you good? She's like, I'm okay. Like, I'll just make sure you're okay. Like, you seem uncomfortable. And he was like, yeah, you can sit back. Ain't nobody gonna bite you. So I'm like, nah, it's cool. I'm good right here. Because I see what's going on over there. Mind you, the driver is driving, and he looked back a few times. Anyway, so we driving. We finally get to where we going. I hopped out that car so fast because they was trying to smoke. Why would I? No, I hopped out the car so fast. So Tisha hopped out too. She like, Symone, like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. Come with me. So we go to the bathroom, and next thing you know, Sig Mama, she running after her. She like, why y'all finna leave me? We go to the bathroom. She like, all right, I want to come too. So we go up in there, and she just like looking herself in the mirror. She was like, nasty. Ooh, yeah, I look the fuck good. So I'm like, dang, she faded. That's what I'm thinking to myself, like, this bitch faded, because why is you talking to yourself in the mirror doing the most? So, but I really wanted to ask so bad, like, why was you letting the boy in the backseat rub on you when you talk to the boy in the front seat? But not my business. By the time we ended up coming out, they was coming in the restaurant. So they like, oh, we want to seat this many people. So it was kind of packed, but not too much packed because the club wasn't over with yet. So it wasn't that many people. It was like people that probably like left early and just went. So it was a lot of people in costumes. So we go sit down. I'm thinking Sig Mama gonna go, because I scooped in and I'm sitting next to Tisha. I'm thinking Sig Mama gonna go sit next to her dude that was driving. She's sitting next to the boy in the passenger seat. And he like, your little ass doing too much, like, you ain't got no clothes on. And she was like, cause it's Halloween, but I look good, don't I? He's like, yeah, you do, but you be doing too fucking much. I was confused. At that point, I was confused. I'm like, why does he care about what she got on when she talks to the driver? But anyway, so he's sitting there, and next thing you know, the driver was like, how old are you? And I don't know why I'm assuming he talking to her. So he was like, you can't hear me? So I was like, huh? And Tisha was like, oh, Symone, he asking you. He was like, how old are you? So I'm like 16. Because at this point, it's Halloween. My birthday in like 8 days. So I'm like 16. Yeah, my birthday in 8 days. But anyway, I'm like 16. So he was like, you 16? And he was like, dang. Okay, you don't even look 16. I'm pretty sure I looked all of 14 at that point. So he's like, you don't even look 16. So I'm just like, I don't know. It was something about back in the day. Older guys was not my thing. Like, I did not care to be getting picked up by a grown-ass nigga in high school. No judgment zone to the ones that did. But I just wasn't that girl. Like, I just never cared to talk to older dudes. Like, I don't know. Like, in high school, I just didn't. So anyway, so he was like, you don't even look 16. And he was like, you ever been to the club before? I'm like, no. He's like, you need to get you an ID. I want to see you up in a club. Like, I want to see you like in a club for real. And it was awkward because I'm one word to him, because I'm just like, and when I'm talking, I'll look over at Sig Mama, and she was looking at me, and I'm just thinking like, what the fuck? Like, her dude stopped talking to me. So anyway, we finally order our food or whatever. I'm stressed. I start aiming Tisha. I'm like, you think we're gonna have to pay? Because y'all probably had all of like $2 left. So she was like, nah, they got us, whatever. So she ended up aiming her homegirl. She like showed the phone to me, like showed me what she said to her. So why this girl flipped over her sidekick, looked at the message, looked at Tisha, put the phone down, and just started talking again. Girl, reassure us. So me and Tisha like, okay, we gonna share a meal or whatever, which we didn't even have enough of that. We were just gonna give what we can and just going about our life. So anyway, we ordered our food and stuff like that, and at the table it was just so uncomfortable because them boys was just being so, well, them men, they was being so weird. Like, they was just talking so sexual. But the only person who actually like picking that shit up for real is Sig Mama, and they all was like kind of like directing it to her. They was like, so y'all gonna come back to the crib? Like, y'all gonna come back and like hang out with us, party with us, y'all drink, y'all smoke, what y'all trying to do? Like, y'all trying to come with us? So I'm like, so Tisha like, well, I don't care, like, Symone, what you trying to do? I'm like, I'm trying to go home. I gotta go home or whatever. So he like, damn, you gotta go home? You got a curfew? And I'm like, yeah, I got a curfew. He's like, damn, your mama treating you like a little kid. Didn't I say I was 16? He like, you don't want to just come back to the crib for a little while? Like, you can come back to the crib with me. So, mind you, this not the driver talking. This somebody else talking to me. He like, you can come back to the crib with me. And I'm like, nah, it's cool. Like, I ain't gonna be able to come out. Like, maybe I could come. Where y'all live at? And I just said where they lived. I'm like, where y'all live at? Over there? He's like, yeah, we live over there. You been over there before? I'm like, we went last week. I'll just come over there. Like, you know, we can hang out. I'm just saying that because I'm like, please take me home. Like, oh my God. So Tisha's like, so you want to go home? Like, you cool? Like, we could go over there for a little while and like we could spend a night at Sig Mama house, or like you could go to my house. Because I forgot to mention at when we was at the party, me and Tisha had already came to the conclusion that I was gonna spend it at her house. So she was like, yeah, we could spend the night at Sig Mama house. So she was like, yeah, well, we wouldn't be at my house, but we'll be in my building. Like, we'll be good. We could stay with them. So I was like, nah, it's good. I gotta go home. So Tisha irritated me because she like, Symone, but you was gonna stay at my house. Like, your mama tripping now? So I'm like, yeah, she tripping. She ended up aiming me. My mom ain't got no damn aim. So I'm like, she aimed me and was just like, what time am I coming home? So he was just like, dang, your mama tripping for real. He's like, that was like, if I knew that, we would have just went to the crib instead of coming here. We could have just chilled at the crib for a little while till your curfew was up. So he's like, can you ask her, like, if you could just stay out? I was like, nah, she tripping. Like, I gotta go. Like, I gotta leave. So he like, damn, you sure? Like, you can't, like, you just can't come? Dang, that's great. He like, come here real quick. Like, come talk to me. Let her out real quick. Like, come talk to me. Start patting his leg. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was pissed the fuck off. I was stressed. I was like, oh my God, never again. Because y'all is weird. Mind you, they like, oh, you gonna sleep next to me? And they not talking to me, but they're talking to Tisha and them, and they like entertaining that shit. And then that's when I realized that Sig Mama dumped everybody in this table except me and Tisha. Well, maybe, I don't know, her and Tisha probably, look, just except me. So I'm so irritated. At this point, I'm like aiming my cousins, like, what you doing? Where y'all at? I'm aiming everybody I could aim. Something told me to aim, what's it called? I ended up aiming Alizé dude, like the one she was on and off with. That's the only person, because my cousins is not responding. They had a car. Only person I could think of with a car is Alizé dude. So I ended up hitting him up, and I was all like, hey, did y'all go back? Like, did you make it home already? Like, y'all made it home? So he was all like, yeah, we at the crib right now. I'm like, how Alizé doing? She good? Look, not me fake checking in on her when I didn't check in on her at first. I'm like, she good? He was like, yeah, she good. Like, she cool right now. She was throwing up and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, do you think y'all could give me a ride home? So he was all like, where you at? You still at the party? So mind you, he was a senior too. Oh, Alizé was a senior too. But yeah, I don't know, he just was like real responsible. So he was just like, y'all still at the party? So I'm like, no, I'm right here at IHOP, such and such. I'm just like not giving him too much of a rundown, but I'm telling him. So mind you, the IHOP wasn't too far from where he lived at anyway. So he like, all right, I'm gonna come. And then I was like, okay, bring such and such with you. I had just said this one boy. Dang, remember when I told y'all when I threw that random party at my auntie house, and it was the one boy who had pulled the glizzy out because he was mad because old boy told him he couldn't wear his shoes? Yeah. So I was like, bring him with you. So he like, all right. Because I'm like, I didn't want it to be weird. I don't want Alizé to read them messages or think like, oh, I had your dude come pick me up after y'all let him know. Bring old boy with you. Nothing like that. I'm just trying to get home. So they still talking. Oh boy, just like talking. I'm kind of like fake entertaining it, but I'm just like annoyed. So he was like, we're just gonna see what your mama say. Like, we're just gonna pull up to the crib real quick. Just tell her you ain't had no ride or something like that. Like, we're just gonna pull up to the crib. Like, that's cool. That's cool, mamas. You gonna sleep next to me? I'm like, oh my God. It seemed like oh boy couldn't come any quicker. He came in and walked in. I seen him pull that tape measure from his keys. I don't know why he used to do that. He pulled it and snapped, and I was like, Tisha, let me out, let me out. I was quick, like, Tisha, let me out, let me out. Mind you, we didn't even pay for the food yet. So she's like, well, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I grabbed my stuff, and once I got up, he was like, where you going? Oh boy tried to grab me. Mind you, he just standing at the door with the other boy. They just standing there. Oh boy tried to grab me. He's like, where you finna go? I'm like, I'm finna go to the bathroom. He's like, oh, okay. So he's like, why you taking your stuff with you? You think we steal? So once he let me go and I like moved back, I'm like, Tisha, all right, well, I'll see y'all later. I'm finna go home. So they like, wait, how you getting home? Like, I said I'll take you home. Like, you ain't gotta walk, you ain't gotta do all that. Like, he start getting up. He like, I said I'll take you. So I'm like, nah, my cousins is here. They right there at the door. You see him standing there like this. I'm like, he ain't gonna do shit. But this my ride. I got to go. Bye. So I'm just like, yeah, my cousin's gonna take me. Y'all, I must have walked out so fucking fast. I left. I was so happy. happy because what the fuck y'all thought y'all was on? Tisha ended up going to their house or whatever, and I asked her what happened. You know, she gave me a little bit of it. I feel like she used to not give me full details because she probably thought I was gonna judge. Look, I ain't judging you, but don't involve me in your shit. I don't want to be a part of it, bitch. If I say I want to go home, I want to go home. No, y'all, why Tisha tried to press me about that, about the money from the food? She was like, oh, you never even gave me the money for the food. So I'm like, oh, did the dudes end up paying? When I said that, it kind of like deaded the situation, because at first we going back and forth for it. I'm like, oh, well, how much was the food? And she's like, it had came to this. And I was like, oh, did them dudes end up paying? And then that's when it like deaded it. Because it was like, girl, not you thinking I owe you for some food because you wanted me to come do whatever the fuck y'all was finna do. I'm not doing that. These are some grown-ass weirdos. Girl, now. But anyway, that's it for my crazy Halloween night. It was just like so much going on, but that's it. That's the end of the story. Oh boy did take me home. I went right home. I was like, because they was all like, oh, you trying to, they was saying that everybody was still at his house or whatever. He was like, so y'all trying to come back, like you just trying to come back to the house and stay with them? I'm like, no, I want to go home. Like, I want to go home. So I went home or whatever. But yeah, that's it for this story time. I had to tell y'all a little Halloween. Hopefully y'all watch it while you're getting ready. Hopefully everybody have fun tonight. Be safe and look cute. Post them pictures on Instagram because I want to see y'all. Y'all be looking good. But anyway, that's it for this story time. I love you guys so much and I'll see y'all in my next one. My birthday in 8 days.